system, but what have you seen?
Yeah, I think Stevie's doing a really good job. We're kind of bringing him along slowly. I think, especially with junior college guys, it usually takes a little while for them to kind of get accustomed to what we're doing. But he's really starting to step into his own now. He played pretty good the other night, and I think we're expecting good things for him moving forward. But not just Stevie. I think Jay Sean, our freshman, is really starting to kind of find his way. And White, Uat, our big kid from South Plains College, who hasn't got a whole lot of playing time up to this point, but he played a lot the other night. I think we saw what his size can bring to us. We desperately need some size right now. I think he can help us with that as well.
Yeah, about kind of all the new people. It's a system that may take a little while to learn, especially on the defensive side of the ball. What is that process like, trying to get everybody up to speed to where you want them to be?
Yeah, I think they have to realize they're not going to play unless they go out there and defend the way we want to, and they don't figure that out until we start getting the games. We tell them over and over in practice, and then we get the games, and then they start to figure it out. So the good thing is we have great leadership in that locker room. We have a lot of returning players that have been in this system that have been able to kind of hold down the fort, I guess you could say, for us up until this point. But I do feel like everybody's kind of starting to figure it out. It is a process, but we continue to work hard and do what we do, man.
Not being able to go to the tournament, I know that was something you guys were very much looking forward to. Just how tough was that for you and for the program not to be able to make it out?
Yeah, not going to the Bahamas, man, was tough on us. That's something we had marked on our calendars. We knew we were going to play some really good competition out there. We thought it was going to be a good test for our program. But this is the world we live in today. You never know. And so I think the guys did a great job of kind of stepping back. We're really thankful to McMurray. So that game got canceled as well. For them to be able to reschedule it on such a quick turnaround was awesome. And so we're thankful to them for that. But and that helped us, I think, come back. We only got 3 days of practice before the McMurray game, and really it was 1 day of practice. I mean, we had to do some conditioning on that first day and kind of get back to us a little bit on day two, and so having that McMurray game on Saturday was huge for us.
So you guys are 2-2 right now. You have a pretty big home court spread going into this. How is that going to help your advantage on your record?
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, we're playing really good people. We got some really good teams coming into Abilene, and but again, it's going to be a test for us. We wanted to schedule tough, but we're thankful that we're home. We felt like we were on the road the whole month of November, and just putting on the white jerseys the other night was great. And so we're excited about being at home in the month of December, but we're definitely going to need the city of Abilene to come out and help us. We're going into Christmas break after finals next week, and so we're going to need some people to show up and support these guys, and because we have really good opponents, man. If you look at their schedule, I mean, Incarnate Word's an old conference rival coming in on Saturday. We got Drexel, who beat us in overtime at their place 2 years ago, and they're finally returning that game. And then we got Cal State Bakersfield, who's going around and beating people to a pulp right now, and then Longwood, who's winning games at a high level right now as well. And all these teams are coming to Abilene, so it's good entertainment, man. People need to get to the Teague Center.
I want to talk just a little bit more about Guy. So he played a lot the other night, like you said. To your advantage tonight, and throughout these games coming up, how much are you going to use him to your advantage and throughout the season?
Yeah, I think slowly, we're working him in. It's tough for guys his size. If guys remember Colton Cole, it took him a couple years to really to get up to speed with us. And so, but Uat played for a really good junior college coach, a guy that I worked for. We knew that he was going to be well coached and prepared. He's had to catch up to the speed of the game at this level, and he's getting there. I think last night was huge for him the other night to get the minutes he did. I'm hopeful that he can get those kind of minutes again tonight, but we'll see how the game goes.
So you have 4 games in 7 days after missing the Bahamas trip. How do you feel about that, having Shriner today, Dallas on Wednesday, and then Incarnate Word on Saturday?
Yeah, we did add a game on Wednesday that's not on our schedule. I think it'll be up today. I think they're going to put out the release. But I will say this. I was a little nervous about adding a game. We tried like crazy to get a game for next week. But it's not like last year. Last year you could make a phone call and get a game in a heartbeat. This year, there's not as many games available. So we're grateful to University of Dallas for squeezing us in. I was worried about playing 3 games in 5 days, really. But then I started thinking we're about to play 3 games in 3 days out in the Bahamas, so why would I be worried about that? And we don't have to travel. We're at home. So the most important thing was these guys get to play. We had 31 games. This is going to get us to 29 now after losing 3. And so we're just excited about getting the opportunity to get out on the floor and compete.
So Damien gets a career high in assists on Saturday against McMurray. I guess what are your thoughts on his senior season?
Yeah, I mean, Damien's a special player. We know that, and I have a great relationship with Damien. You know, we did take him out of the starting lineup the other day. That was not by any means of anything he's done. I mean, that was just we felt like it would help him in his production, you know what I mean? To maybe play with a different group, you know, early in the game. It went well the other night. We'll see how it goes tonight. But really excited about how well he's distributing the ball so far this year. He's playing more like a point guard, I think, for the first time in his career here. He's kind of always been more comfortable off the ball, even at his size, you know, playing with Reggie. And so kind of forcing him into that point guard role a little bit more, I think, is going to help him as we move forward.
There's a couple of sophomores I want to mention, Jamison Richardson and Logan McLaughlin. Can you just talk to me a little bit about Jamison, I guess, and his time on the bench, and then Logan, his season so far? Yeah,
so Jamison is redshirting this year. I've had a lot of people ask me about that. That's why he's in street clothes. He would have redshirted last year. That was kind of our intent when we recruited him. But then with the COVID year, I mean, it wouldn't have made any sense to redshirt anybody last year because the year, you know, officially didn't count on their eligibility clock. So we let him play last year. We went ahead and redshirted him this year. I think we're excited about Jamison. We think he's going to be a really good player in this program. But this year, I think it's going to really help him getting to do extra work behind the scenes, not only on the floor, but really in the weight room and getting his body right. And then Logan's a guy that we expect big things from. You know, again, he kind of, his freshman year, he played sparingly. Coming in this year, every single player that he played behind last year is returning. So we've talked about he was going to have to be, you know, even better than he was last year to earn time on the floor. He's slowly getting there. Thought he played well the other night. We're not worried. He's a really good shooter. We could definitely use his ability to shoot the ball. He's just like the other new guys. He's catching up defensively. But we're excited about him and expect to see big things from him moving forward.
So the last thing for me, you're at home pretty much all month. So how does that feel for you being a first-year head coach to be at home this long?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, you never know if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, you know. But we start conference play with 4 out of our first 6 on the road against really, really good teams. And so I think it's nice to not have to travel, you know, in the month of December. Plus, academically, man, it helps. Finals week comes early this year. And so our guys are able to they're able to get to class and they're able to study and they're able to do those things, I think, that are extremely important right now.